will know until he has an actual chance to get sworn in and sit behind that desk. And I think a lot of his views are going to be shaped.
Obama saying goodbye.
His advisors.
You know, I'm not quite sure that there's a lot of Americans that are really that sad about this. I think they're just insecure about what's going to happen after Trump takes over. But anyways, the name of today's video, traders and friends, is going to be S&P 500 futures, Trump inauguration, rip or dip. I want to remind everyone that these are not our father's markets or charts, and in no way, shape, or form are they ever going to go back to any semblance of what they used to be. Now, for all my YouTube followers, I want to tell you something. I've had an impossible time getting videos to upload, and I've put together some great videos. They never got uploaded, and I've basically given up, but I'm going to try it again. I just don't know if it'll work. The high of the day in the S&P came in at 22.6575 around 9:30 Central Time, or a little thereafter. The low came in at 22.58 quarter, just like 10 minutes after the open, and last we're 22.63 half. We're up. Can you believe this? 3 ticks. We've been pretty much unchanged all day long. Total volume, they've got 870 million minis traded, but 140,000 of that came from Globex, so there's almost no volume. Now, the MIM is showing 50 million to buy. It was a little bit more a little earlier, but I think there's going to be actually end up to be a little bit more to buy than sell today. Tomorrow we've got the housing starts number, we've got the jobless claims number, we've got the Philadelphia Fed Business Outlook Survey. We have John Williams from the Fed speaking. We have the EIA natural gas and EIA petroleum status report, and we have Janet Yellen speaking tomorrow night at, I think, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Now, there's only 45 hours left until D-Day. Yeah, that's Donald Trump taking over the White House and and presidency of the United States. Now, I think that there's a lot of nervous people out there. And this morning when I was talking to the Pitbull, which he said this has been an impossible game, and he even told me recently that he's turned off his futures platform, his CQG trading platform. He very rarely trades futures anymore. It's all options. And for me, that's a big thing, because I was part of his unwind back on the trading floor when his timing got off and there was more algorithmic trading hitting the S&P and nobody was talking about it. For one of our the best traders of our time to say that he's not watching the futures as much or not even interested in trading, that's a big thing. But anyways, there's the bullish sentiment right now, according to Sentiment Trader, is at an 18-month high. Now let me read a couple of these little stats. The longest winning streak was 184 days on 11/12/1963. That's one day before the JFK assassination, where the S&P sold off 1.3%. Now, the longest, today is the 67th day of trading day without a 1% decline. Excuse me, I'm looking at my notes. I really looked at this before. I shouldn't have to look at it. But anyways, I want to make sure I'm telling it right. And the longest previous winning streak was 66 days. So one of the things that scares me about the rally is the same thing I've been talking to the Pitbull about. With the VIX so low, you got to be concerned. And you've got kind of a double whammy going on this week. You've got the, and for the most part, it should be over, but the Jan options go off on Friday. And then you've got the inauguration going. And, you know, I really do. One of the things that I was thinking about before I sat down to talk to you guys a little bit was, like I told the Pitbull this morning, he said, "What's going on there?" And I said, "Yeah, what's going on there? You know, there's nothing going on here." In fact, I think that people cut back on trading at the end of December and have basically pulled back. They haven't fully re-entered the markets. They're sitting in front of their screens, but they're what I call risk reverse, what everybody would call risk reverse. Yeah, gigantically high bullish sentiment. S&P only 10 or 11 or 12 handles off its all-time contract high. You got the options expiration this week, and you got Trump taking over the White House. So naturally, there's a little bit of nervousness in the air. That said, the markets don't seem to be going down. Now, the other little points of interest I was going to talk about, let me look at. Like I was just talking about, one of my notes is that I still think the public's on vacation here. I think they're scared. And, you know, the other thing is how are the markets going to react when Trump does take office? You know, I'm hoping that he doesn't go crazy and try to go after everything at once, and that he stays focused on the United States and infrastructure and all this stuff. But I don't think he can. Anybody that says something to him, he responds, and I think that's going to be a major distraction, and he's going to have to really, really settle down to figure out how important this job is, and making mistakes in the past are not like making mistakes when you run the world's largest government, the world's largest military. It's a whole different deal, and I hope he really settles down. Now, we've got a boot camp coming up, you guys, and it's on February 5th, and I'll just tell you that the lineup is pretty incredible. We've got all the David Dubé, we've got well, I don't know if Shystop's going to be doing it, but we've got David Dubé, we've got Rob from DTG, we've got, let's see, Top Notch, we've got William Blunt, we've got me, we've got Marlon Cobb, we've got Jeff from Stock Traders Almanac, we've got special guest Raj from Bank of America coming in. I think this is going to be very, very cool. Raj teaches options and futures trading classes, but this is kind of him doing it on his own. And I'll have an opportunity to be able to talk to him about when I used to work for the phone forum and stuff like that. I know it'll be a little bit more geared toward teaching options and stuff like that, or talking about options, but Raj will be in there. Let's see, who else is in there? Oh, yeah. Kevin Coy is going to be in there talking about... He worked for Peter Stottlemyre, and I'm going to tell you something. Kevin really, really knows market profiles. So this is going to be a really interesting boot camp. And again, what I did is I priced it down, you guys. My guys wanted to charge XYZ, and I banged the price down. And all I'll say is I'm going to try to do more videos if this one gets off, and that you guys do me a favor and sign up for the boot camp. All you got to go to the website, www.MrTopStep.com. You'll see on that rotator on the front of the website, there's an ad for the boot camp. Click on that baby. I think it's $29 in total. And you get a whole week of the MIM. You got Trade with the MIM and Marlin. You get everybody. So it's going to be a great week. And we don't do it very often, so I'm expecting you guys to be there or be square. Okay? So we're going to leave it like that. And I hope they get this goddamn video out.